Welcome back to the action, Jason.
And one of our former commentators just speaking about the Geelong Advertiser in glowing terms. Not.
Margin 23 points. Great Western Hotel final quarter scoreboard. And I think our friend David Cook is still down there. He is. Having a chat there to Paul Welsh. There he is on screen.
Look at Mr. Cool. Look at him. Welshie, beautiful. Retired life looks to sit well with him. Start of the final term. Gardner gets the ball out of the ruck. Scotty Simon in there for Anarchy in the middle of the ground. And we'll have another secondary bounce in the middle of the ground. 15-7-97 Thompson. Anarchy 11-8-74. And the ball is flat. I would think the ball's coming off the ground and we'll get a new one. And flat as anything.
Nothing worse than a flat ball.
Do you realise Scotland beat Austria 2-0 in the qualifiers?
Yes. Kevin Gallagher got both goals.
That's pretty good.
Just filling in a bit
Who
of time.
has a chance to read the bloody paper?
Well, you guys were bagging the Addy, and I tell you what, I never go home without it.
That's because it's free, that's why. You wouldn't buy it. So we've got a new ball, and it's back in the middle with umpire Connigan.
You're unbelievable, you blokes. Fair dinkum. Okay, let's get back to the footy. There's only 4 goals in this match. It's anyone's game of footy for mine. Tate. Smith now back on the ground for the Tigers. Does battle. No one gets a decisive tap. Backup players have formed. And umpire Big Ed Connigan will come and bounce down again.
Should be Mr. Ed, not Big Ed.
He's been reasonable.
I got umpire.
Reasonable.
I've trained him well.
Ball up. Smith. Coming late, Simon. Comes out towards Elmer, who's back on the ground. That was the Anarchy man sent off.
Yeah, I knew that. I was just trying to see if you both should remember.
Cowan gets through the pack on the wing now, onto his left boot, goes long, Edwards behind, Beggs coming out, falls amongst all of them. Green, first back there, hands to Beggs is okay. He was going to hand to Harvey and then got tackled. Play on the call, Matty Gardner traps it, gets onto his left boot, turns it around the corner. Menzies getting back there, Peace, shepherded by Harvey. Oh, Peace is close to the boundary line, then gets around Menzies. Oh, poor kick off the boot though, McFarlane. His kick off the ground, Armstrong. Right boot long towards Peace and Menzies. Menzies back there and takes the mark.
Peace. What was he trying to do there, that bloke?
I just don't know why he didn't put it straight through the goals.
Well, they've got an opportunity here, the Tigers. Normally loves the hard ones.
Yes, the freak he is.
Yes.
He's a freak of nature kicking goals from the boundary line. Usually misses them from 15 metres in front, but then kicks them from the boundary line. So don't be surprised if he drills this through.
He's going to try the banana now. He's going to have a direct shot without being fancy. I don't think so this time. He's kicked it straight across the park. He's passed it to Darryl Bissett out there.
Heaps just walk back as easy as you like, taking the mark.
Yeah. Plenty of time left in this game of footy. Scotty Simon, left foot kick. Oh, dearie me.
Good mark.
A little bit too attacking there, Scotty. A bit too early to be attacking from there as McFarlane takes the grab. His kick, though, not a good one either, but butted up well there was Cowan. Support there to Bagger, who burst his way through. Bradley, quick shot at goal, but nice mark there in the last line of defence for the Anarchy side was the big fella in Tate. Finds Elmer at half back. And I think you'll find that was... I'm trying to pick that bloke up who kicked that in the back pocket there for Anarchy.
I think it might have been Beggs.
It was too. No, Bauer 24 it was.
Okay.
Bauer. Looks very much like the coach from a distance.
And there he is. Taking a good mark in the middle in front of Mickey Gann. The kick coming from Bissett. Jenkins takes the mark. Defensive side of the centre. Goes with his right boot. The lead out long is okay from Johnson. He takes the mark. He's got Tate. He can go to him now. He puts it out in space. He leaves it though for Camerotto. He can pick it up at the second occasion, can he? No, he can't. He's over the top of the ball now. He's wrapped up Armstrong. Worked hard. Pushed it out. Got McFarlane. All he has to do is try and tap it out to Wallace. He can't do so. Johnson wrapped him up. Smith tries to take it away from the pack. Can't do so, and it's going to be a ball up at half forward for Anarchy.
Felt that Camerotto was a little bit harshly done by their players jumping on him, and no free kick.
And he was going straight at the ball too.
Yeah. No protection from the umpire at all.
Wasn't looked after.
Ball up Simon. He gets the tap away. Good play, Gillett. Gives it to Jamie Elmer. Can he start the quarter off well? Yes, he can. He's drilled it straight through the middle. So the game a long way from being over with Jamie Elman's second goal and Anarchy's 12th. They're 12-8-80. They trail Thompson 15-7-97 by 17 points on the Great Western Hotel final quarter scoreboard, and we've been playing 6.5 minutes in this final term.
Told you. Not over yet. Cameraman's not saying too much now.
He's just reflecting on the fantastic second quarter of his Thompson Tigers and the 7-goal third quarter.
Jamie Elmer looks as though he's been to that hair crowd. He's got a bit more hair on his head this year.
Yeah.
Isn't he? Who was it?
He's had advanced hair.
That's it.
Oh, that's a bit harsh. Back in the middle. McFarlane runs through without the footy. Cowan runs through also without it. Pack develops, and umpire Connigan will come in and bounce the ball again. And Johnson off, and the Go-Go Mobile on. Neville Gogol back. And the ball up once again. Taken out of the ruck, Scotty Simon. Smothered his kick. Jackson tries to push it on. Bradley's there now. Kicks it off the ground. That's the way to go. Comes up towards centre half forward. Friday getting back in support of Beggs. Barry Edwards is there. Good hands. Bradley, oh, look at he's got two players to pick from, Menzies and also Gardner. Can he keep it in, Menzies? He can do so. Bowers there, and he taps it through for one behind to the Thompson side. They always seem to have a couple of players running down off that opposite flank into the forward line, Thompson.
18 points the margin. Dale Armstrong limping. Comes off the ground. Green takes it now from Biggs. Opportunity here now if the ball will sit for Scotty Simon. It does. Dummies over the top nicely. Now long ball. Opportunity Gillett. Can he get there? Shouldn't have hesitated. Son should have kept at it. Allows the rubber man of GDFL footy and probably the best centre half back going around at the minute. Andy Atchison does it well.
Boundary throw in. And Smith and Gillett to do the ruck work in the Anarchy forward line. Simon over the back, tries to take it out. Burke got one high, free kick. It's been solid this afternoon on half back. Burke now comes towards the commentary box side. Good mark, McFarlane in the pack. One of the best for Thompson this afternoon. After a slow start, goes towards the wing. The lead's on. Backwell takes a good mark too. Good grab in front of Friday. Plays on quickly. Gives it towards Plugger. Cowan. Green comes at him. He gets around one. He gets around Harvey. Bit of time to set something up. Kick smothered by Friday. Goes towards Jackson. Handball back towards Cowan. Misses its target. Jenkin and Backwell there. Backwell taps it out towards Wallace. He's got a bit of time. Gardner now comes in and tries to help. They can't do so, and the boundary line's there. And a boundary throw in.
Half forward. Thompson into attack. Boundary umpire in good condition as well this season. Throws it back into play nicely. And we see that Wallace sharks it well. Left foot kick. Jimmy Wallace. Beautiful footy. Bit too well weighted there for Gardner. That was Matty. But the bagger bags it nicely. Hand pass, no one in particular. Can he pick it up? No, he can't. It was young Neptus. And took a side step there too. Gann, left foot up there to the pocket. The bagger comes out. Quick hands to Jacko. Jet Jackson. Oh, he's offline.
Free kick.
What for?
Downfield. Push after he kicked the ball.
Turn it up.
Oh, no mucking around with you now, Ronnie.
But I tell you what,
He fainted.
you have a look at the scoreboard over there. 15 goals to Thompson, and I reckon Barry Edwards has had a hand in probably half a dozen of those.
Now, the point's going to hold. No, what's the umpire doing?
He's got no idea.
Ah, okay. They're giving him the point off the boot of Jackson, and then he's getting another shot at goal. That's what's happened. Because he's given the all clear, and then the interference. And I disagree with that.
And he's given Friday the yellow card as well.
Busy boys, aren't they?
They are.
Well,
Should just let him have another kick.
well, I'd be a bit frustrated too, because the point stood off the bird of Jackson, and the umpire wouldn't have given the all clear that quickly, because he's allowed the point to stand and the goal. So I wouldn't be too happy with that either.
So a goal to Bradley and a point to Jackson.
Bradley's third, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Thompson go to 16-9, 105. They lead Anarchy 12-80. So it's 25 points of difference on the Great Western Hotel final quarter scoreboard. And back to the centre. Tate gets the right hand to it. Gardner, handball out Jenkins, the big thump away towards Harvey, running onto it Burke. Good play too, backed himself. Can't pick it up though. Gets around. Cummins traps it, gets it out towards Jenkins. Jenkins handball to Bissett. Bissett heard the call from Green and gave it to him, and he took the mark on the defensive side of centre. He stays on the outer side, goes towards Cummins, and he takes the mark. Oh yeah, tried to get it onto Elmer, but wasn't quick enough. He was there. Humphrey towards the safety of the boundary line and finds it. It's going to be a throw-in at half forward for Anarchy.
Time check, gentlemen.
We've been going, let's have a look, 10 minutes, 10.5 minutes in this final term. Simon gets his left boot to it. Stein, though, in front of Camerotto. And Jason Stein, who's been solid across the back line, takes another mark. Stein now goes long towards half-back. Smith in front, Jenkins behind. Good punch away by Tate. Jenkins now tries to measure the pass towards Green. Bradley there, good mark. Makes a good mark.
He's got long arms, isn't he?
Very long arms.
Left foot kick to Cowan's okay. Tried to get the handball off to Menzies. It's going to sit for him okay. Shepherd, good by Gann. Left foot kick towards Matty Gardner. Or drops a chest mark, but good enough to pick it up. Good left foot kick around the corner as well. Edwards out of position though. And Beggs will be able to take an easy mark.
Oh.
And 50.
Well, just as well, really, because the kick from Beggs was an absolute shocker. And Stewie Jackson said, "Thank you very much." He would have run into an open goal. Deary me. He's either colourblind or stupid.
Fair enough. Beggs in the middle. Goes up. McFarlane takes an easy mark at centre half back. Backle coming off then indiscretion, and Menzies back on. Glenn Menzies. McFarlane now goes to the outer side. Oh, Jackson a long way in the clear. Jenkins now trying to chase him down. Jackson a bit of time. Oh, poor kick off the boot though. Stephen Green's there. The 2-on-1, but Jackson comes back, kick off the ground towards centre half forward, running through Bauer. He kicks off the ground also. Cummins can't trap it. Simon now. He's got support. Tate. Simon's going to shepherd for him. The big ruckman turns around onto his left boot. Around towards half forward. Harvey can't trap the ball. Gogol back towards full forward, but Stein, a little bit of time. He's got Bradley. He's going to go towards him and also Timmy Gardner. Timmy puts the one hand up and brings in the mark.
Timmy's just taking his time. Kicks it out defensive side of the ground, a beauty. And Geelong have won by 5 points over West Coast, which
fantastic.
Is unbelievable.
Why? Because you weren't on him, Ronnie?
Correct.
Edwards from 50. The big bagger goes long. Gardner and Bradley back there. Gardner can't take the mark and puts through for one behind to Thompson.
Well,
I got the double. What's going? Double 270. Push my money.
Kick in by Johnson. Goes to the outer side looking for Elmer and finds him. Play on the call now. Handball to Jenkins at half back. The coach measures the pass towards centre half forward. Wallace. Free kick too high.
yeah, Neville Gagel. He's been concentrating on the man a little bit too much.
And 50. Hasn't been one of Neville's best days. And Wallace will have the kick at centre half forward now instead of centre half back. And measures the kick towards Cowan. Good punch away Simon. McFarlane tries to, great
well
tap
played.
back. Timmy Gardner. Gardner over the top. Mickey Gann. Handball to Rick Humphrey. Off a couple of steps. Runs in. Low trajectory kick. And he's just missed.
Well, Humphrey B. Bear hasn't bothered the scorers this afternoon.
He has now. For a major, you mean?
Thanks very much,
My
Jason.
pleasure. The score, Ronnie?
Well, it's 16-11, 107 Thompson, 12-880 Anarchy. And the Kangaroos may have run out of petrol tickets, I would suggest, as the venom has gone from the poor Scotty Salmon, not appreciating the treatment there from Rick Humphrey. Got out of character for Scotty. Mr. Meek and mild. Shocking kick off the boot of Dale Menzies.
What did you have for lunch today, Ronnie? Garlic something?
Beaumont pie.
A Beaumont pie.
Garlic. You smell garlic?
Oh, you must have had garlic at some time in the last 24 hours.
It's in the last... Actually, at half time I did, yes. They had some garlic snags in there. They're little beauties.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the football.
Garlic's very good for you, mate.
It is. It keeps the devil away.
Bit of an aroma going around, is there, Pete?
I didn't say that.
Okay. Well, Smith has the free kick.
And he's deserved it, and he deserves this kick at goal, because I do think he's been a contributor all day.
Beautiful.
Well said.
Smith now with his customary left boot.
And has missed.
And has missed to the far side, one behind. So 16, 12, 108. Thompson, Anarchy 12, 8, 80. That's 28 points of difference on the Great Western Hotel final quarter scoreboard here at Godfrey Street. And we've been playing 15.5 minutes in this final term.
So that kind of puts the illustrious treasurer of the GDFL right in the running for the selections, I think. She's picked 27 points, young Margaret.
Well, Cowan could muck that up for her. It goes long, and it's over Glenn Menzies' head for one behind. That's his first score of the day, Mark Cowan.
Yeah, a bit out of character for Mark, isn't it? 16 to 13 is a lot of scoring shots, and, you know, he's only had 1 point off his boot today, so being well held there, I'd suggest, by Mark Beggs.
He kicked a few in the grand final last year, didn't he? 6 or 8?
Yeah, 6 or 7 he kicked, yeah. Kick in by Gillett, goes to the outer side, and we're boundary throw in. Nobody could keep that in on the outer side, half-back flank for Anarchy.
It's not a bad victory, really, is it, when you look at that fact?
Especially when you've chosen Anarchy.
It's even better when he's chosen Anarchy.
Well, the bagger having a spell and got a good contribution from him this afternoon.
Started on the bench, I think, didn't he?
He did.
And, yeah, I thought he has put in very, very well. So is this guy, the guy coming on to replace him. I thought once he moved from full-back up to the forward line, I thought his commitment was pretty good.
Jamie Backall, of course, P. Walker's talking about.
James comes over and visits us every now and again.
Ah, yes, to the heavens or the haven of gaming and alcoholism.
Fair enough.
Only ever drinks squash.
Humphrey gets the handball over the top to Bradley at centre half forward for Thompson. High kick, one out Gardner, and that's Matty. He's against Spiller. He gets it out backward, just on the ground, traps it, and then on hands and knees. Umpire Connigan to come in and bounce the ball about 25 metres out from the Thompson goal. So I think the Roo boys are all but finished in this match. 29 points down, and we've been going 17.5 minutes. Gardner comes out towards Bradley, can't trap it. Harvey's there also. They've got the numbers here. Anarchy, Green, handball out towards Tate. Skinner there also. Tate lets it run on, then gets back. Can he get around Burke? Yes, he can. Takes a bounce to the big man, shepherded by Cummins. Left foot kick towards Camerotto. Coming back there, and was Spiller. Bissett's there also. Heap gets the ball away to Camerotto. Oh, too high. Free kick. And look at Jamie Elmer. He's 25 metres in the clear if he can get up. But he can't do so, and he's covered now.
Camerotto will kick this.
I'll have a tats ticket with you.
He's 45 metres out. Actually, the little bit of tape in his right knee worries me. He'd have a pinched cartilage. So maybe I will retract that statement. Well, maybe not. Yeah, maybe I will.
You sure?
Paul Camerotto, 2-3 here this afternoon.
And they move along to 12-9-81 Anarchy. Thompson 16-13, 109 on the Great Western Hotel final quarter scoreboard. And 18.5 minutes played as we see Darryl Bissett coming off the ground.
Holding an arm too, which is not real good.
And not even worrying about going to the interchange bench, straight up the race and into the rooms as Scotty Hearn comes back on for him. And Dale Menzies kicked out to centre half back. Pack developed there. Nobody could get it away. Smith, got clobbered. Couldn't get the ball away. Humphrey, the old fresh air shot. Handball over the top from Camerado towards Nemtis. He can't pick it up though. Pressure from Wallace and also David Burke. And the Thompson back line see it over the boundary line for a throw in.
Margin 28 points and a shot of the crowd there. Young lady enjoying the footy.
Did you get that, Brett?
Full frontal. Ball back to the half-back. Thompson doing it comfortably. Grant Skinner. Ball that was sent off earlier. Bradley couldn't hold it. Good tap on the egg. Glenn Menzies, well done to Wallace. Tiptoeing through the tulips was Glenn Wallace. Gardner, easy as you like to Dale Menzies. And Tigers doing it easy.
Handball
pass. Yeah, go on. You better have a go. I'm starting to choke here.
All right, Bradley goes long towards full forward. Oh, good mark. Oh, H.E., the rubber man.
What's he doing up there?
I don't think I've ever seen him kick a goal for Thompson before, actually.
Coach said get on the ball. Kick a goal. Get your name in the paper. You'll get it in the first best player.
I was going to say, he might have it in the paper there somewhere.
Well, that brought the crowd to their feet as well.
That certainly did.
Thompson. There's a bit of atmosphere.
Atchison goes in and kicks the goal.
For a rubber man! Kicks his first in history.
Well, I honestly can't remember him kicking a goal last year. Certainly not in one of the games that we commentated on.
Pumps his chest out as well as he runs back to the centre.
And they move along to 17-13, 115. Thompson Anarchy 12-9, 81 on the Great Western Hotel final quarter scoreboard. And a margin of 34 points in favour of the home side.
The battle of the fittest, eh? Back to the centre. There's been an infringement on the square, and you wouldn't believe it. It's against Anarchy. Cowans just tips it over the top. McFarland was pushed off the ball. Charged, whatever you like, will get the free kick at centre half forward. Waste no time. He's got Skinner out there in the pocket. Easy as you like. The wheels have fallen off the kangaroo machine.
Everybody's getting into the act of goal kicking too.
Yeah, well, let's have a look. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've had 8 goal kickers here this afternoon. Grant Skinner, is he the ninth?
Might have missed that, I think.
No, he's not.
Yeah, but how easy was that, Ronnie? The way they moved the ball down there.
Too easy. No pressure applied whatsoever. And obviously Anarchy's pre-season hasn't been as good as Thompson's.
Some bloke with a moustache up there went...
Chillett.
Correct.
Chillett goes to the outer side. Cummins over the back, can't take the mark through. Mickey Gann, handball towards Gardner and Stephen Green. He's got support Gardner. Mark Cowan, who's picked up a bit of the footy in the last quarter. Measures the pass towards McFarlane in the front though. Nemtis takes a good overhead mark at centre half back.
Yeah, nice grab.
Plays on towards Scotty Hearn. Camerado uses his body, takes a good mark. Got Elmer at centre half forward and goes towards him. Measures the pass to him, or he can't take the mark. Gogol to come out in support. Stein. Elmer gets it back to Cummins. Have to be quick. Burke right next to him. Cowan seems to be everywhere. The ball, leg breaks past him. Kick off the ground by Jason Spiller. And it's out of bounds for a boundary throw in.
If there was ever an opportunity gone begging, that was it.
22.5 minutes gone in the final term. And Thompson to get the 4 points today at the start of their premiership defence for season 97.
Well, Scotty Simon did well there, but let himself down with the kick, and we'll have an action replay. Plucking it out of the air. The old plucker footy.
That was Plucker, wasn't it? Correct.
But he's kicked it straight out of bounds. So the Thompson's plugger will bring it back into play.
Cowan in the last line defence goes with his left boot towards half back. Over the back, McFarlane can't claim the mark. Jenkin on hands and knees now. And wrapped up. It's going to be a ball up between the wing and half forward. on the outer side of Godfrey Street.
Up they go, down she comes, and it's a bit dark and gloomy here at Godfrey Street. Pack of players have formed out there at half forward. Anarchy into attack in this final quarter. They haven't done too much of that. They've only kept 1-1 for the term. Shane Friday back on the ground, having served his time. Ball to be thrown back in again, about 65 metres from Anarchy's goal.
Smith gets a big thump away. Jenkins is there. Camarotto traps it and then loses the ball. Oh, Harvey just threw it out to Elmer, running past. He gets his right boot to it, goes long. Harris is there. Atchison over the back. Gogol. Third in line. Oh, third in line. Have to watch it there, Mark Harris. And he takes the mark.
Little bit of activity behind play there.
Actually a good shepherd, and I think actually Timmy Gardner just caught there unawares of Jenkins booming in, and took the wind out of his sails a bit. Neville Gogol, lovely kick at goal. Pops through his second for the afternoon and a belated 12th for the Anarchy side. I should say 13th. 13-9-87. Anarchy, they trail Thompson 17-13, 115. Well, margin is back now to 28 points, and Margaret Webb, 27. She's on the ball, this girl. She's
she knows what she's doing.
yes, very, very informed young lady.
Oh, she should be happy that you've called her young too.
Time check.
Poor old pensioner.
Poor old pensioner.
About 26 minutes gone, isn't it?
It certainly has. Back to the centre. Smith and Tate. Ends up Cow and going up for the ruck for Thompson. Burke running straight through. Hands over the top towards Wallace. Coming at pace, Nemtis. Kicked it in front of him. Wallace now looking for the safety of the boundary line. Scotty Hearn helps him out. That's going to be a boundary throw in. Smith and Tate go up for it. Cowan runs through. And another pack develops. The umpire just lets it go for a little bit longer. And then we'll bounce it up. So the boys looking at their 3, 2 and 1 for the guest video player of the day, which will be announced after the final siren. Smith goes up uncontested. Tate, though, his opposite number. He kicks it the wrong way. Elias Harvey now. Can he get around Gardner? Yes, he can, but he can't get around Wallace. Good play, Humphrey. Gives it to Menzies. Got a bit of time. Measures it towards Backwell, but Gillett's there. And full forward to full back, Gillett. He takes the mark in the last line defence. Goes wide, looking for Elmer. And doesn't bounce nicely for him. Jackson's there. He's got support, though. Running through was Johnson. And Green there also. Johnson traps it. Handball to Jenkins. Puts him under pressure. The coach goes towards centre half forward, and Cummins takes a good mark.
He plays on quickly, nice kick, has an opportunity now for Jason Spiller, who takes the grabber. He has a bounce down, runs his full term and goes bang from 25 metres. And I'd suggest he's kicked his second. Yes, he has.
So Anarchy's 14th. They go to 14-9-93. Thompson 17-13, 115 on the Great Western Hotel final quarter scoreboard. And the Tommy Tigers have just taken the foot off the pedal a little bit, I would think, in the last few minutes of this match.
Okay, let's just see if they can rattle home 3 or 4 quick goals as they did in that third quarter, Anarchy. But our cameraman suggests, I can't repeat what he said, but suggests that they won't.
No bus?
It's a beautiful thing.
Back to the centre. Smith goes up, gets his hand to it. Tate again, roves from Smith's ruck and goes towards Cummins at centre half forward. Takes the mark at 50. Short pass, or danger. Harris over the back of Spiller. Harris is there again. He's got the ball now. Measures the kick towards Humphrey. And he takes the mark on the outer side, half-back flank. Short kick to McFarlane. Oh, he dropped a soda there. And but a push. Oh, holding the ball. Free kick. Tate's going to take it. I thought he was going to pay pushing the back, the umpire there, but paid holding the ball. Tate on the outer side, half-forward flank. Poor kick off the boot. Goes towards Harris again. He kicks it back to whence it came. Jenkins just used his body, but it's too late because that was the final siren. And Thompson have started their premiership defence with victory. 17-13, 115 to Anarchy 14-9, 93. And a good first up hit out for both clubs. The winning margin at the end, 23 points to Thompson. And the goal kickers for the Tommy Tigers, Matty Gardner kicked 4, Dale Armstrong and Aaron Bradley 3 each. 2 each to Dale Menzies, Jamie Backwell, and singles to Andrew Atchison, Christian McFarlane, Glenn Menzies. For Anarchy, 3 to Paul Gillett, 2 to Paul Camarotto and 2 to Jamie Elmer. Also 2 to Jason Spiller and Neville Gogol. Singles to Matthew Nemtis, Craig Cummins and Daryl Jenkin.
Maths wasn't your strongest subject when you were at school?
Why is that?
22 points is the margin, I'm sorry.
Sorry, 22 points. I'm sorry.
You should
sorry,
be.
Sorry, Ron. Sorry.
You got all those goal kickers out?
I got all the goal kickers out. I got them right.
Now, best players. I'm interested to hear the best players analysis because I tell you, Thompson's point of view, gee, they played pretty good team footy, Peter.
Other than the first 15 minutes where I thought it was very ordinary football, I think they were the team that were able to kick it into gear, realise that you know, the best way is home. The thing that concerns me a little bit about Thompson is you're looking at the guys that we've given votes to during the game, and you've got Richo to come back. You've got the Queen's Cliff Flash to come back into that side there somewhere. And there's another couple of guys on the sidelines that have got to squeeze back into that team. You know,
Help the president.
the President Thompson reckons we can improve by
Good on
10.
you, Mitch. Johnny Mitchell.
I just think that they did play a lot better football, especially after quarter time. You have a look at the scores there, 17 goals, 13. The thing that's a bit worrying there was a bit inaccurate. If you have a look at their score at half-time, they'd kicked about 4 points, I think. So they could have been a hell of a lot further in front of Anarchy, and they played a lot more direct play. My best players, I do think Andrew Atchison was best on the ground. I thought he played very well. Rick Humphrey, I think he tried for 3.5 quarters until he copped a knock on the hip. I thought he was also a big contributor. And in the last quarter, Mark Cowan, away from full forward, not a traditional across the centre line player. I thought he put in. He certainly kicks the ball long when he had the opportunity, and I think that helped. So for that quarter, I'd like to give him a mention. But
yeah,
overall, my 3 for Thompson, I'd give it to Andrew Atchison, Rick Humphrey, and Timmy Gardner. I think he'd probably share it with brother Matt for my 1 vote.
Well, Anarchy again, it gets a bit monotonous, but you know, I thought Jason Tate was terrific again, and he's got a pretty big heart, that kid. And I'm sure that the interleague selectors will be having a look at him because he'd be very versatile at playing on ball or a key position.
Do you want me to make a note of that, do you, Ron?
Thank you.
Okay.
Other players, Jamie Elmer came back from that little stint on the bench and burst his boiler. But all in all, it was, well, it was really Thompson's day. Probably Scotty Simon, I'll mention, as a trier. Was going to give him a vote, but after those very, very good words of Peter Walker's, I've gone all Thompson in the end. So I apologise to Scotty Simon from Thompson.
The other one that I'd probably mention from the Anarchy side, and like I've never met the man, so I'm not gonna kind of I wouldn't bluntly ask him why, but I think the coach Daryl Jenkins, first quarter I thought he was very rough, tough, hard at the ball. Last quarter he was very rough, tough, hard at the ball and a motivator, delivers the ball well, marks well. Would have been nice to see him around for the other 2 quarters. I think the scores would have been a lot closer.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. We'll catch up with him after the game and probably Monday night at the Western. Hopefully they might get out and just have a look at this, see if they can pick up a few pointers. But there's obviously something went amiss with him
He hurt his
physically,
right arm.
I'm sure. So, Jason, you had a chance to come up with your 3, 2 and 1, and we must again thank Pam and David Glover, Bannockburn Sporting Trophies, for providing us the time clock throughout the game, and we must call it the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock, and
Well,
we didn't.
when you bring it next week, Ron, we'll call it that.
He's still a bad man. Pam's a lovely lady.
You'll be able to see the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock on my wrist at the moment.
A new design.
Beautiful.
A new design has been produced in '97. Quite an attractive award, with compliments of Bannockburn Sporting Trophies. Dinner for two at the Great Western Hotel, and of course a lovely glass tankard from the APCO Easy Shops, courtesy of Guest Video. So yes, it's well worth winning, gentlemen. So let's make sure we get it right this week.
Okay, well, I'll give my 3, 2 and 1.
About time.
I've given 1 vote to Rick Humphrey.
Very good.
I thought he changed the face of the game in that second quarter when the Thompson Tigers needed a bit of a lift around midfield.
And then
I've
Eddie?
given 2 votes to the Rubber Man. He's even kicked a goal, so he'll be celebrating tonight. And I think you've missed the best player on the ground, and you probably won't give him a vote, either of you, but I thought Christian McFarlane in the midfield was the catalyst for Thompson in the midfield, getting possession in the second quarter and the third.
I think the only point there is that I think he spent too much time sitting out here warming his bum.
Well, I've given him 3 votes.
You're a legend.
You are a legend, and actually, had he worn his number 8 jumper today, I may have given him that vote.
Because do you love the famous
he wore
number 8?
36. He's thrown me completely today, so I'm sorry, Christian, but just wear the 8 jumper, mate, and you've got a chance with yours truly. Peter Walker, I'm anxious to hear your votes.
Yeah, I think I will go with Andrew Atchison. I think he was by far the best on the ground. Committed 4 quarters of footy, kicked a goal. What more do you want? Playing centre half back, playing him anywhere he wants actually. Rick Humphrey, I think he's the guy that got him out of that scrappiness and started running hard at the ball. And the game wasn't that far apart. So when you have a look, I'm going to go for an outsider for my 1. And only a young bloke, I'd give it to the number 32 for Anarchy and young Craig Cummins. I thought he played very well. Be interested to look at his stats. He's probably picked up, 15, 18, 20 touches for the game, and good on the young fella.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, Cummings and Scotty Simon were great contributors for Anarchy all day. I couldn't squeeze them in. And you blokes obviously expect this bloke to be terrific every week, but Humphrey, I agree with that. He worked hard all day. Timmy Gardner, I thought his game, because he had to change his game a bit. He was attacking early, and then he took a more defensive role. And I thought, probably not as dominant as he normally is today, Timmy, but he just does the hard things. He unsettles them, and he has people chasing him as well. And I just like Timmy. He's always hard at it. And I'll give 2 votes to Timmy. And Atchison, I thought, clearly best on ground, best centre half back going around the competition at the moment. Rubberman gets my vote.
He talks too much.
So, Atchison ends up with 8 out of a possible 9 votes. So, well done, the Rubberman. Andrew Atchison, 3 votes. 2 votes would have to be pretty close to Rick Humphrey. He's got 5, which it is, out of a possible 9. Well done, Rick. And I thought that, started slowly but came into the game and contributed for 3 quarters. 1 vote, Christian McFarlane, wearing a 36 jumper today. Thank you, gentlemen.
So the 3, 2 and 1, Atchison, Humphrey and McFarlane. And the final score, Thompson 17, 13, 115. Thompson have defeated Anarchy 14, 9, 93. And the leading goal kickers again, Gardner had 4 for Thompson and 3 each to Armstrong and Bradley, while for Anarchy, Gillett had 3. Camerotto, Elmer and Gogol, as well as Jason Spiller, had 2 each. Next Saturday afternoon.
Oh, of course, we've got to go and do another one, don't we?
Yes, the season doesn't finish after 1 round. Well, we have to do North Geelong and Eastern Suburbs round 3.
Oh, it's going to hit the fan
One
out there.
Dick Philpott and 1 Peter Walker are actually commentating that match, Ron. You can have a weekend off, go and do something with the family. Gail will be happy, or maybe she won't be.
I've got the flick after 3 weeks. 2 weeks. 1 week, I've got the flick.
Well, you can come along, but I don't think the truck will. I don't think the truck will hold. I really don't. We'll need a crane to get Philpott up here anyway. Could
Brett
you imagine
wants
that?
to go home. Mitch has got cold beer in there. I can smell that he's ripped the top off a stubby. I'm going home.
Next week we might go to Geelong West. They're playing Bellpost Hill. That could be a good game. So we go to Geelong West next week. Geelong West and Bellpost Hill in round 2 for the match of the day.
Jump.
So the winners here today, Thompson in the reserves and Thompson in the seniors, 17, 13, 115. The Tigers have got up over Anarchy, 14, 9, 93. Mr. Walker, thank you for your efforts this afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
And we'll see you during the season at regular intervals. Ronald Dale, see you next Saturday.
Keep punching, everybody.
Keep punching. Don't forget, thanks to our technical coordinator, Brett Rove here. And he'll be with us again next Saturday when we're with you on Guest Video.